What's going on, guys? Welcome to Storytime Slots Walk Talk, episode number 4. Today we're talking about the money we lose when gambling and how that makes us feel, the thoughts that go into our heads when losing. Okay? We're going to get into it, the money that we can't afford to lose. And this happens all the time, guys. But before we start, we're in beautiful, I love this area, guys. Okay? Orange County. We're in beautiful Newport Beach, California. Okay? This place is called Balboa Island. All right? Newport Beach. Prime location. One of my favorite locations ever. This is a really good place to buy alcohol. If you're here for the day, you can buy wine and things like that. Great place to visit, guys. I really recommend this place for a nice walk. Spending time with family like everybody else is doing here. It's good to spend some time for yourself and just have fun, outside of the casino. Yeah, we all like to gamble. We all like it. You got to balance your time, guys. You got to balance your time. But we're going to talk about a key element in gambling, which is the money we lose and how that makes us feel. The money we don't have. Gambling with the money that you're not supposed to. What are you doing? Look at this. It's beautiful here, guys. It's a beautiful location here. Again, Newport Beach, Balboa Island. And I love it. I really love it. Good time for a stroll. In a couple of hours, we'll have sunset here. And, we're going to enjoy this walk and talk. I'm going to enjoy it because it's a place, like I said, I love to visit. I love the people, love the amazing homes. Bayside, this is Bayside property. These homes go for, you can't touch these homes, like 10 million. Probably 10, 12 million bucks. Probably even more. I mean, they're not huge homes, but just look at the location, Above me, you'll probably hear some airplanes back and forth. This is the route to John Wayne in Orange County, John Wayne Airport. If you ever flew in to LA at John Wayne, well, this is the route across the Balboa Bay in Newport Beach. All right? Beautiful. So, all right. I always say in my videos that only gamble with the money that you can afford to lose. What does that mean? You could afford to lose. What does that mean, Vahagan? Afford to lose. I can't afford to lose anything. Losing sucks. Even if I have money left, put aside for fun, what do you mean afford to lose? I don't want to lose. Okay. So the money that we can or can't afford to lose. Now, let me give you the definition of what it means to gamble with the money that you can afford to lose, right? Beautiful sun coming in here. So, when I go to a casino, right, guys, I have money put away. Okay, that money is for my entertainment budget. How much is it? That varies from person to person, how much that is. Yeah, I work. I make a living. And then I put a little bit of that aside for myself, for my personal use. Okay? We're separating out the bills. We're separating out mortgage, electricity, cell phone, all those, the car payments, the insurance, all that. I'm separating all that out. I'm taking care of that. But then I allocate each month for an entertainment budget. A lot of you, what's entertainment for you guys? Going out, maybe going to clubs, maybe going out to dinner with your friends, maybe going to concerts, right? And some people have an entertainment budget for the casinos, for gambling, right? So, and that's totally normal, all right? If it can be controlled. Ellis Island, New York, the Statue of Liberty. It's a pretty cool decoration here, guys, with the flag in the back here. Look at these boats. Very nice place. And you got the house with the boat. These are personal docking places for the houses. They come with these docking for your boat. So this guy right here, this house, that's their boat. You think they gamble? Who knows? So I allocate that, every month. I divide it by 4, and I'll tell you exactly how much I go to. I go to a casino maybe once a week. I average out about once a week. Okay? That's what I like to do. Once a week, go, have fun, slots, talk to people, play a little bit, see if my luck is there, maybe win some money. Well, eventually I'll win it big, I'm not expecting to win anything. That's the most important thing, right, guys? Don't expect to win. It's going to happen. The biggest jackpots on slots are people that don't expect it, and it just happens. It just happens. When you're sitting in front of that slot machine, you're thinking to yourself, shit, when am I going to hit that grand, right? When? But it doesn't happen like that. It happens when you're not expecting it. So anyway, what do? I allocate a budget every month to go for myself. I treat that as time for myself. And there's nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of people say quit. But if I allocate a certain budget for myself because I have fun doing it, sure, we get upset. Sure, we get upset that we lose. It's not fun, right? That's why I always say, casinos, wake up. You can't do that to people. You got to give some back. And I'm not saying every single time you're going to win. No, that's not realistic. However, losing every time is also, in my opinion, not realistic, and I hate it. That's why we get upset. Own little private place to live. These homes are probably $15 million right here. Does that make sense what I'm talking about, guys? 1 Collins Isle. That's the address. Just beautiful, huh? Just beautiful. If one day I ever hit it big on Mega Millions, man, this is where you'll find me, on my boat. This is where you want to talk to Vahagen? He won't be at a casino. He'll be over here. So I go there not expecting to win every single time, but I kind of expect to win once in a while. And when I say once in a while, guys, I don't know, 2 out of 10 trips? Does that sound fair? And what's winning to me? Let's say I take $1,000. Walking out of there with something up. After 3 or 4 hours of play, walking out of there with something up. Breaking even too. I consider breaking even a win because what did I just do? I just had a great time at the casino with my money. 3-4 hours of excitement. Scratched my gambling itch. Right? I scratched my gambling itch with it. And then cost me nothing. That's a win in my opinion. That is a win in my opinion, guys. I don't care what anybody says. Now, let's talk about number of times you go. So, man, let me tell you something about my past, guys. I used to go a lot, okay? Every other day I was at a casino. Every other day I was at a casino. I was expecting to win. I was just saying, hey, what about me? Why not me? I changed my mindset. I don't think like that anymore. I treat this as entertainment, guys. That's what I do. I treat it as entertainment now. Now, if things continue the way they are, right, at casinos, if things continue like this, I'm gonna change places. Okay, or if things continue even further with different locations, different casinos, I might stop for a while. I might stop for a while because then it becomes not fun anymore when you never win. When it's downhill all the time, guys, that's not fun in my opinion. All right? Hey. Hey, buddy. Yeah. What's going on? So, that's not fun, guys. So, back in the day, when I was a high roller, okay, we're talking a lot of money, guys. You'd lose a lot of money, guys, a lot of money. And then you always think to yourself, when you lose, when you take that hit, when you're on tilt at a casino, okay, you're no longer going there for entertainment at this point. You're going there because you want to make money. It's not entertainment anymore. It's a battle. And this is not why I go now. But in the past, it was a battle. In the past, it was for a purpose. In the past, I was expecting to win something. And if I didn't win it, no, that's a fail. Totally changed my attitude, guys. Totally changed the way I think. So if you're in the shoes, guys, if you're in the shoes of you going to a casino and you're addicted to the casino and you find yourself going there more than twice a week, I consider it acceptable. Okay? Because, hey, some people go there twice a week. That's their time away from home. I find that acceptable. Any more than twice a week, you know, some people live in Vegas. Some people live next to a casino. 3 times a week, 4 times a week, then things start happening when you're there all the time. Okay? You might be addicted. And if you see the results, if you go to a casino to gamble, okay, there's a difference. Gambling and for fun. There is a difference. In my opinion, there's a difference. Gambling is gambling. I'm gambling to win money. I'm here for a purpose. Right? I'm here for a purpose. I'm not here to have fun. It's not entertainment for me. This is a job. Professional gamblers. That's a job for professional gamblers. Does it exist? Sure. That occupation does exist. You're a professional poker player? For sure. That exists. You get your losses, you get your, wins. But then there is such thing as that. But when you go play the slots, there is no professional slot player. I don't think that occupation exists. What do you think? What do you think? Let me know. Is there such thing as a professional slot machine player? I don't know. So I look at slot machines as entertainment, a form of entertainment. So if you go twice a week, that's okay. 3 times a week is borderline. 4 times a week, then you might have a problem. And if you're losing, you're addicted, man. You're addicted to gambling. You're addicted to the slots. And at this point, I bet you anything, you are losing a lot of money. At this point, you are losing a lot of money. Money that you can't even afford to lose anymore. Sustaining the losses. Let's talk about sustaining the losses. It is so hard to sustain, guys. If you're going there a lot, if you find yourself going there and you're there 5-6 hours a day, 5 days a week, God only knows how much you're losing. God only knows how much you're losing. And to sustain those kind of losses, even with marginal bets, even with small bets, guys, you're betting small, 5-6 hours at a casino, how much do you think you're losing? A lot. Sure, you'll have some wins. And I said this on my last walk and talk, or my last video. I said, your whole trip to the casino, let's say you're there 5 hours, how many spins do you remember that are memorable? How many? A couple? A couple of spins that are memorable? That's it? Out of hundreds or thousands of spins, you only remember 2 or 3? What does that tell you? You will lose more than you win. Sure, you might hit a big ass spin that'll pay you a big jackpot, but hey, that happens very rarely, right, guys? Very, very rarely. Whew, walking here, fresh air. Ah, man, just look at this. Just look at this, guys. Southern Cal, Orange County, Newport Beach, Balboa Island. This is a man-made island, okay? And it has one of the most expensive real estate per square footage. Okay, we're on the other side of the bay now, and it just goes around like this. And it's cool because it's got a little walkway here. I'm walking, and it just goes around the island. So it's really, really cool. So one of the biggest problems with losing money is losing the money that, again, you can't afford to lose. You're gambling with money that you're not supposed to gamble with. You're risking the money that you need to live, to survive. Okay? This is what sends people into panic. This is what people suffer. People start chasing their losses. Hopefully, they'll make the money back on their next trip. Okay, I'm gonna go get revenge. I want revenge. I need revenge. I need to take revenge on the casinos. What's this? Automatic bottle filler. Please do not use to rinse. That's cool. You see what I'm saying, guys? Very simple. But then again, it's not simple. It's not as simple as you think. This is a real addiction. This is a real addiction. This is a dangerous addiction. A dangerous addiction. Here we go. Look at that. Orange County Sheriff patrolling the bay. Good job. I have one of the highest regards for law enforcement, guys. I think they're needed. Law and order, safety. Can't get more of them. We need more. So, yeah, so what does this all mean? Like, when you lose money that you can't afford to lose, what do you do? What do you do when you come back from the casino and you have a disastrous sessions? You come back from the casino and you're down. You lost all the money you made that month at your job. What do you do? What do some of you, have you hit rock bottom? Have you guys hit rock bottom with that? Not having enough money for basic stuff, for rent, for food, to go out, your family members, and that's another pressure gamblers face. Not only do they lose money, right? Not only do they lose a bunch of money that they're not supposed to lose, but they also have pressure from family. This is where problems start to arise. This is where you have fights between husband and wife, kids. This is where nasty words are exchanged. This is where maybe divorces happen. This is where just people have a problem. People have a hard time coping with the pressures of the losses. Not only financial, but it ruins lives. Like I said, your marital situation, your spouse saying, hey, why do you go there? Stop going there. We don't have money for these things now. And you're going and gambling the money that you worked hard for. The losses. Sustaining the losses. Very hard thing to do. All right? Even if you're a multi-millionaire, guys, even if you're a multi-millionaire, you're not immune to losing it all. Look at the Watanabe story. Yeah, the guy made wrong choices, but he was worth a lot of money, $300 million. Guess what? He lost it all. So, if he can lose it all, you can lose it all too. Doesn't matter. I don't care if you're NG. I don't care if you have 5, 10 businesses. If that addiction takes a hold of you, Guess what? The sponsorship deals dry up. Guess what? What if one day you wake up and YouTube just vanishes from existence? It doesn't exist anymore. You know? What happens then? Your whole bread and butter was on one platform, and that platform is gone. What do? Your business is shot. Right? Your business is gone. So these things can happen, guys, in all types of businesses. You're not immune to that. You can lose your business in a blink of an eye. You know? The number one thing to do before you gamble is have a steady income, guys. Have an income where you know that you got money coming in every week, every month. Rental property. Whew. Man, I know guys that are making a killing. You need money to make money, see? I know I'm bouncing around, you know, but I'm just telling you guys what's just jumping in my mind right now. But anyway, let's come back to reality, okay? The common man, the common woman, okay? We're not talking about millions here. We're talking about a normal, you know, middle class household income where maybe you're retired, you know? Maybe you're retired from the job and you go to casinos just to have fun, right? What do? You have a set budget, right? But what happens when you start losing your retirement? What happens when you start losing that money that you're not supposed to touch, that you worked your whole life for to save up for your golden years, right? And you start touching that money. You start digging into that. The addiction kicks in so hard that you can't stop. Before you know it, your retirement is gone. And what happens? You need to go back to work. I've seen guys all the time, 75, 60, 70 years old, 70. They're working their ass off, man. You know, waiting on tables. I feel sorry for these people. It's not because of gambling. I mean, it might be poor decisions in life, the economy too. I'm not blaming solely their actions, but everything has an effect, cause and effect. First of all, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, going to the casino shouldn't even be an option. I'm sorry, guys. Okay? It shouldn't. If you're barely like making it and you're still going to the casino and you're dumping money there that you're not supposed to, I'm sorry. That's not an option for you. You're doing the wrong thing. This is what I always do, guys. I set the budget. Whereas that if I'm okay, if I lose this, in which, like I said, 99.5% of the time I lose. But I'm okay with it because I planned it out. You know, I planned it out. If something happens to the budget, I'm done. I'm not tapping in nowhere. I'm not getting loans. I'm not pawning anything. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm not asking friends for money. No, when it's done, it's done. When it's dry, it's dry. That's it. I'm sorry, that's it. Sun's about to set. I know the feeling of addiction, gambling addiction, can be very, very, very strong. Okay? For some reason, a lot of people, when it comes to gambling, they lose all sense of reality. They lose all sense of being responsible with their finances. For some reason, all that stuff goes out the window. You don't think about it. You go, you know what? I'll think about it when the time comes. My bill is not due right now. I'll think about it when the time comes. But then when the time comes, you don't know what to do. You don't know where to look. So, very dangerous thing to do. Very dangerous thing to go through, guys. I don't want anybody. I want you guys to watch this walk and talk and feel like I've helped you out somehow, man. Because it helps me out too. You know, it helps me out. It helps me out. We're going to jaywalk, but this is a short street. We got it. All right. It helps me out, guys, talking to you guys like this. It reminds me of things not to do. It reminds me of things that I shouldn't do with my finances. Like I said, it's easy for me to go and withdraw $10,000 and pretend I'm NG for 1 minute, right? But that'd be stupid on my part because I'm not NG. You're not NG. You know, you are you and I am me. Oh, I smell bacon. Yeah. Man, Newport Beach is freaking awesome, man. I love this place. Look at this old school property right here. Corner property, corner lot. Look at this, guys. This is rock and roll right here. Look at this. Look at this Christmas decorations coming up. You know, losing money sucks, man. Being in debt sucks because of gambling. You know, all that money you could have had. How many times you guys gambled the money that, let's say, for example, you didn't gamble that money? Look at these Christmas decorations. For example, let's say you didn't gamble that money, right? How many debts could you paid off? You know? The money you save up to pay for your credit card debts could have been paid off tenfold, I bet. Versus the money that you just wastefully lost at the casino, thinking you're going to hit it big. First of all, if you have debt, guys, don't gamble. Oh, don't gamble if you have debt. Take care of the debt first. Take care of that shit first. You don't want to have carrying over debt. That's incurring interest. You're making the banks and corporations rich by that bullshit. Okay? You are making the corporations, that CEO that goes home, collects $100 million Christmas bonus on the backs of the working man and woman. Those are the banks, the credit card companies, and hopefully there's not a lot of wind here, but those are the credit card companies. You are paying for those CEOs' vacations by incurring debt. Same thing with gambling. You are paying the sons and daughters of the casino owners, people on the board, by you losing money. How many accounts you could have paid off with the money that you gambled away? How many? And mind you guys, I have been through this. I'm talking from experience right now. All right, I'm talking from experience. This just doesn't come out of you know what. This is coming from experience, because I've been down these roads, man. I've seen things happen to people where they just give up. They give up. What do? They maybe file for bankruptcy, start over. The worst thing in the world is when you do start over and it takes years to get over the bankruptcy or whatever. But then they go ahead and they do the same crap over and over 7 years later. Like, what the hell, man? What the heck is that? Look at this home, man. Brand new. Freaking awesome. Just, when I come here, guys, I think about, it motivates me, man. It motivates me not to go gamble, not to go hit a jackpot, but it motivates me to try harder. You know? Think of some creative way to make money outside of gambling. Career, you know. For sure, let me talk to you guys. If you're young, 25, 30 years old, just starting out in life, come to places like this. Let it motivate you, you know, to do something with your life. This house is for rent. All right? 4 full baths, 2.5, 4 bedrooms. Right here. Monthly, furnished, unfurnished, price flexible. $18,800 a month. Oh no, sorry, $11,800 a month. This thing. Rental property. Good way of making money. Do I agree with some of the policies of rental properties? Well, I have a certain viewpoint on rental properties. That should have these restrictions on who is allowed to buy rental property, but I won't get into it here. That's not this kind of channel. But look at the reflection of the home right there in the water. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Yeah, this place is really, really. This place is really, really laid back, chill. So, yeah, I mean, you're starting over in life, your finances. First of all, never, ever, if you could avoid bankruptcy, avoid it, guys. Avoid that, because it's going to take you forever to recover, to repair your credit. It's a nightmare. Okay, it's a nightmare. But wait, some people don't have choice. Some people screwed up. What happens when you take money out at an ATM machine and you gamble it away? Yeah? I think like maybe 7 out of 10 of those folks that do that are gambling with the money that they don't have. They're gambling on borrowed money, and that is wrong big time. Never gamble with money that you don't own. Never borrow money, okay, from credit cards or whatnot. You know the biggest thing that people talk about when they talk about why they don't gamble? And women always say this. When I ask them, hey, do you gamble? You know what they tell me? A lot of them tell me, no, I don't. And I go, why? Why don't you gamble? Because when I lose, I think about all the stuff I could have bought with that money. Wow, what a powerful sentence. What a powerful statement. All the stuff I could have done with the money. The places I could have been to. The vacations I could have taken. The debt I could have paid off. The toys I could have bought. You know, the investments I could have made. The investments I could have made. All right? But no, you don't do all these things. You go and you gamble it away. I understand, man. I understand. A lot of this talk, it's easier said than done, right? A lot of this talk really has to do with addiction. Some people are addicted beyond belief, guys. And when they are, I'm going to try not to say guys all the time. I know who you are. You left me a comment saying, don't say guys a lot. You say that word all the time. It's just I'm used to it. So, this is very, very critical. The addiction is so strong, guys. And for those of you that have never been addicted to gambling, that never experienced the pitfalls, the evils of gambling, the dark, the lonely place, the debt, the place that I would not wish that on my worst enemy, guys. It's a very bad place to be. Addicted, broke, hitting rock bottom when it comes to gambling. You know, if you haven't been there, you don't know what I'm talking about. You have to be there to know the feelings. You have to be there to know what it feels like to be an addicted, broke gambler with no hope. You guys are hoping that you will make it big somehow. All it takes is one spin, right? To bring back your losses. All it takes is one good hit. All I'm after is one good hit. That's all I want. And that will be a means to this horrible nightmare that I'm living in. I know. And that can very well be the case. One win away from, your problems going away, your debt going away. I think of that all the time. But then that snowballs into more nightmare. That snowballs into you being more heavily in debt. And that is a problem, my friend. That is a problem. I mean, you think these people that own these fabulous homes here, you think they have a problem gambling? I mean, if they did, I don't think they would own these homes. I don't think they would own these kind of homes. In reality, I don't think so. These people are smart. Invested their money long ago. We're living in different times, you might say. It's harder now. We always say that. Never buy property right now. It's the bad time. It's always a bad time. Right? It's always a bad time to buy property. If you listen to the experts, right? So, what was I saying? Yeah, if you haven't been at that low point in gambling, addicted to gambling, it's a different place to be at. You know, you don't do things because you're conscious of your actions. You do them because you're desperate. Desperation leads to disaster. Desperation, you know? And some people are so addicted that they just want to be in the game. They don't even worry about the money. They just want to be in the game. They want to be gambling. Their whole life is a gamble. Some people are so depressed in life that only gambling makes them happy. You know? You go to the casino because you want to escape realities. You want to escape your nightmarish life. You want to escape the debt. You don't care anymore. Yeah. Gambling has taken you to the brink of collapse. But let me tell you something. There's always a way out of the nightmare situation. There's always a way to wake up. No matter how low you go, guys, there's always a way to start over. I don't care what age you are. I don't care if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, even 80s. 90-year-old gamblers. I've seen 90, 100-year-old gamblers just sitting there and having fun. And, you know, at that point, you're probably, you know, grandchildren. They're taking care of you. At that point, you know, great-grandchildren. But I've seen crazy things. I've heard crazy situations people are in with gambling, you know. The debt is a problem. But there's always escape from that nightmarish addiction that's gambling. Now, don't get those two confused. Don't get gambling confused with going out there and having fun with it. If you take $200, okay, let's say you make, I don't know, $5,000 a month in your job. $200 a month just to go have fun, I'm okay with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Just don't let it cross that line. There's a fine line between having fun and gambling. There's a fine line, and you have to watch out for that. There's a fine line between crossing over to the gambling side versus having fun. You know, you gotta have fun, but then once you feel like it's crossing over to something dangerous that you might lead into a different place, it's time to stop that. Okay? Compulsive gambling, you know, it starts with having fun. I get it. It starts with having fun. You start with having fun. It starts with a budget. But see, with me, I was there already. I got myself out of that mess, that hole. And now I've learned my lessons in life. And now I could share those lessons with you on this walk and talk, right, guys?
Yeah.
You know, I could share these lessons with you with this walk and talk that I'm doing right now. The days that I lived, the days that I've seen, the stories that I've heard, the friends that I've seen perish, destroyed. It's not a pretty picture, man. It's not. You know, wow, we've been walking for how long now? 40 minutes? 40 minutes in. So, let me ask you guys a question. How do you guys feel when, oh, the sun is strong. How do you guys feel when you lose the money that you're not supposed to lose? How do you guys feel when you come home and you're behind now? You made money, you worked your ass off on your day job, but you went in for a few hours and you dumped it at the casino. How do you feel? How does that make you feel? I hate it. I can't stand that feeling. That's why I don't do it, because I know that how hard it was to make that money. I know what kind of duties I had to perform, the sweat, the hours, the things I had to do to a barbecue grill. The things I had to do to make that money, but then now I'm going and dumping it in a couple of hours. 40 hours a week job. You make the money, you lose it in like 1 hour, 2 hours. How does that make you feel, guys? Not good, right? Not good. That's a shitty freaking feeling. All right, that's a shitty feeling. Not to be like, Downer Dave here. Not to make this whole walk and talk seem like a depressing one, but let me tell you a quick little story. All right, let me tell you a quick little story, guys. Okay, I had a friend that he hit rock bottom. He hit rock bottom. Not the guy that I told you about that he wasn't really a friend of mine. He was an acquaintance. The guy that shot himself in the parking lot of the casino. No, not that guy. I'm going to tell you a story of a guy that actually dug himself out of the hole. That did it. This guy was a business owner. Okay. And he did like catering. That's what I want to do. That guy running. That guy, he used to cater weddings. He was a caterer. He had a catering business. Okay, catering at weddings. And he was very successful. He had 3-4 gigs a week. This guy was making money. He had a team. Every weekend he had 4 or 5 weddings to cater. He had a team. He was making money. All right. And he started playing. I don't know how. He never told me how he got into the gambling. But his thing was sports. His thing was gambling on sports. Okay. He started gambling on sports. And again, I'm not too sure what his first wins were, but I never asked him. But anyway, all I know is that he was betting on sports. Every game, every league, all the money that he would make. I remember one time I saw him at a wedding. He was catering. And this guy was not into his job anymore. He was sitting there on his tablet looking at scores. I'm like, what are you doing, man? He's like, oh man, I bet so much on this game. This, that. Every time I would see this guy, he would be looking at scores, all nervous. Imagine going to work, working your butt off, knowing that, hey, you just lost whatever you made that weekend. You're working for free now, buddy. That's what you're doing. You're working for free now. That's not a good feeling, man. He hit rock bottom. He lost his business. All right. He lost everything. He got involved with some people that wasn't a good outcome for him. Lost everything. Had to sell everything he owned. Lost his homes. Lost his family. And then he decided, there's a plane up there, and he decided that he had enough. He stopped wagering. He stopped gambling. He told me that I almost ended it all. Bad people were after this guy. The worst of the worst. They wanted their money back. And I don't know how he got into debt. He was making good money. What happened? He was still gambling after he lost his businesses. The addiction was so strong and so powerful that it ruined his life. People were after him. He went into hiding. I couldn't track him down at one point. I think he left the country. And then I see him one day. Having a coffee at a Starbucks. I go, dude, where have you been, man? So he sits down and tells me the story. He tells me everything about how he lost everything and the gambling and people were after him and he lost his family and now he's just... Guess what he's doing now? He is working for a catering company instead of owning a catering company. He is working for one. Okay? At the time, he was waitering. He was a waiter. But now he's managing a catering company. He climbed out of his problems. I don't know how he resolved them, but he realized that he destroyed his life. He destroyed everything that he worked for. All the success he had all went to naught because he wanted to gamble. He was a gambler. He was an addicted gambler. All right. So that's just a story that is so common, that people lose everything, guys. People lose everything, and even in a smaller scale. You know, we're talking about somebody that has businesses. But even with your smaller scale gambling, what does that do? We just went around the island, guys. How long did it take us? We just went around the whole island. How long did it take us? Look at that view. You think that's nice, guys? Awesome, huh? 46 minutes, casually walking. I wasn't really walking that slow, but 46 minutes to go around the whole island. Not the whole island. Actually, there's one part that I didn't go to. But let me bring it down to a smaller scale. Okay? What's a smaller scale in my opinion? If you are going there and losing your paycheck, okay? Yeah, paycheck. And then you have no money when you come back home for your kids. You have no money when you come back home for food. That's a problem. That's a problem in your life. Okay? You know how many people are in debt now? Credit card debt? It's the highest it's ever been. Okay? More people are in debt right now than ever before. Okay? I don't know. They probably buy groceries with their credit cards. They probably put gas with their credit cards. They probably gamble with their credit cards. The basic necessities with their credit cards because they don't know what else to do. Things are so high. The cost of living is so high, guys, that do we even have room to gamble casually anymore? The common folk? Do they even have money to gamble anymore? So this is where things happen. Okay? More people are in debt. More people are in credit card debt. And more people are in default on those credit cards than ever before. So that's a problem. That is a big problem, guys. But yet people still gambling, man. Instead of taking care of that debt, people are still gambling with the money that they should not gamble with, guys. It is a problem. It is an epidemic. It is a crisis of epic proportions, guys, because here's the thing. All right. These casinos have popped up everywhere. Okay, it's so easy to go to a casino and have fun and be addicted nowadays. Before we used to go to Vegas and that was it, right? But now we have casinos everywhere. Now we have the YouTube channels everywhere where they're showing you hit after hit after hit. This is what you can do. All right, this is what you can do. If you gamble and you spin, you know, those dangerous videos that are out there right now where I told you about it, right? I told you about that video about a girl that posted a video on her slot channel saying, hey, this is how you do it. How many lives has that destroyed, that video? I bet you that video caused a lot of people their paycheck. Irresponsible, stupid content like that, okay, is dangerous and should be looked at, okay, frowned upon. That's not how you do it, young lady. That is not how you do it. You got lucky. That's how you did it. You happen to be recording at the time that you hit that $3,000. I think it was a $3,000 hit on a $200 or $100 spin. I don't recall, but something like that, where she says, "This is how you do it, guys. I know I have the magic touch." Do you? Do you really have the magic touch, or are you just being careless with your content? See, when people see that kind of stuff, they get excited. They think that this is gonna, get rid of all your problems. This is gonna get rid of all the problems. Photographer over here. Nice. So It's gonna get rid of all your problems. You're gonna go. You're gonna lose. You know, you're gonna do exactly the same thing that you did with that girl. That girl did. No, dude, that's fake. That's cherry picking, guys. Cherry picking videos. And I suggest you guys look at slot content more responsibly, guys. My buddy.
How are you today?
Hey guys, check this place out. It's really good for like scratchers and alcohol, Powerball. If you're gonna hit this, hit it. Right? You're gonna hit this, then you can go all casinos all you want. See, what I just said? I said a very irresponsible sentence right there. I was just joking. I hit that, I'm never going into a casino. There's so much to do. There's so much to do after you hit all that money. I'd be traveling the world, vlogging, taking some of you guys with me. Let's go, baby. You know, I'd give so much to charity if I won. Should I drink today? After a nice walk? Man, I want some wine. I really want some wine. Look at this thing. The Pokies Magic Box. See, this is a gamble too. You could win this ball. It only costs $1. Magic Box. There's actual gamble machines that do this too, right, guys? There's games like this at casinos that actually, in other countries, that actually have a form of like money in them. But yeah, I mean, that's irresponsible content. See, what I was trying to get at is, okay, we have casinos now. People are in credit card debt, record high credit card debt. We have casinos all over the place. What people do, hey, people, what they do, they grab their paycheck, they go and they run there. They grab their retirement money, their check, their social security payments. They go there and they lose everything, okay? Or if you're on SSI or anything like that, you know, they go and they just dump it all. So there's so many places to gamble. Not even casino. There's online gambling too now. Online gambling is dangerous. You're gonna be in your fingertips. The gambling is at your fingertips. You know, I can turn around and open one of these apps and gamble right now. I think they just added this, right? This wasn't here before. It's pretty cool. Nice place to take pictures. So we're crazy times right now, and it's channels like mine, and there are quite a few. There are a few that are doing such a good job at talking about the pitfalls of gambling that I commend them. I tip my hat. I don't have a hat on, but you know, I tip my hat to what they do. And
What up, bro?
what's up, bro? I congratulate them.
Did you just say it chilled down?
Okay, I congratulate them because they're doing the right thing. They're talking about the right things about gambling. They're trying to influence you the right way, not the wrong way. And that to me is very, very important. To influence somebody the right way, for them to heal, for them to do good things, for them to make the right decisions in life, not go out and gamble your whole paycheck, come back broke. All right. This is what I want when I win. Look at this. 1.8 million, $3 million, 600,000. 1997, 58-foot Huntington Beach offshore pilot house, $600,000. So you get me? You feel me? Hopefully you enjoyed this. I'm taking a look at these boats. Hopefully you enjoyed this walk and talk here, guys, at Newport Beach. Some gambling is out of control. Social media is adding fuel to the fire. The shorts, the videos that you see, the slot influencers that are not responsible, never telling you, hey, gamble responsibly. Yeah, what the hell is that? They're good. They got money. They got money. A lot of these bigger channels, they got money, guys. They're not like us, where if we go and play like them for an hour, we're in trouble. If we don't hit anything, we're in trouble, guys. So think about what I'm saying, guys. I don't want you to be in the car thinking about, hey, what did I just do? I dumped my paycheck. I screwed up. No more, guys. No more screwing up, guys. No more screwing up. No more doing stupid things, guys. I just keep saying, guys. The money, the losses are a big deal. And if it doesn't piss you off, it should. Okay, if you're in debt because of gambling, that should piss you off even more. All right, that should piss you off to no avail. That should make you stop right now. And hopefully it does. Hopefully it does. That's my mission right now. That's my mission. And that's the story on episode number 4. Storytime Slots Walk and Talk episode 4. The money we lose. That should come to an end, guys. That should really come to an end. All right, I'm gonna leave you with this right here. Look at this. I'm gonna zoom in right here. Picturesque sand, the bay. Come out and enjoy life, guys. That's what you need to do. Come out and enjoy life. Is that Vegas Matt? Vegas Matt, are you like is that you, bro? It looks like Vegas Matt, doesn't it? Shouldn't you be in Vegas? I'm just kidding. That's not Vegas. Maybe it is. Imagine if it was Vegas Matt and I'm here talking about gambling and shit. So anyway, I'll leave you with this background of the Santa Claus right here. And think about what I said, guys. The very important message in these videos right here today. Very important message. Think about what I said.
I know, that's amazing.
Vegas Matt. So I'll leave you with that, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along with me in this beautiful, picturesque place, Newport Beach, Balboa Island. I'm always here. I love this area. One day, guys, one day, my mission in life is to be a permanent resident here. Enjoying the sunset like those two. With my lovely wife. One day. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Comment. All right. I know I said a lot in this video, but it needed to be said. Share this video far and wide if you have friends that have problem. And yes, there is a such thing as enjoying, but you need to prepare for that. Enjoying playing, but you need to prepare. You need to prepare for that. I mentioned it in the video. Okay, all the things that I do before I go to the casino. Okay, responsible gambling is where it's at. Responsible playing is where it's at. For me now, look at this. This is beautiful, guys. Beautiful, beautiful. Just having a boat with family, what casino, what slot machines, fishing, like these guys, fishing. Yeah. What's up, bro?
Are you on TikTok?
Nah, YouTube.
Oh, what's up, guys? What's up with you?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good, and yourself?
You guys catching?
Nah, we out here fishing.
Fishing? No catching fishing? Fishes?
You lying?
No. Do you gamble?
No, I wish.
You don't gamble?
I wish I had some money, man.
You don't go to a casino?
No.
That's what this channel is all about. I'm talking
nice.
about gambling.
Gambling?
Yeah, the addictions of gambling.
Good.
So-
Gambling addiction?
No, I don't, but we're just talking about it and stuff. But anyway, have fun, guys.
Yeah, you too, man.
You don't gamble? You never go to a casino?
I've been to a casino.
Which one?
San Manuel.
He said San Manuel. Yamava. That's my local place. Anyway, that place is tight, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't win there, right? No, meaning you don't win there at all. That's what I meant by tight. Anyway, guys, we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, and share. Peace out. Rock and roll.